Got it? So the Bunjin style, they have it in Japan, but they also have it in China. And where it came from is like, they're trying to imitate like, they're like monk trees. So, it's, you know, it's kind of wrapped up in a little bit of spirituality there. And the difference between the style of those two places is the ones in China have like almost no foliage. It's like almost bare.
So do they keep the tree bare all the time, or do they let it grow out and then?
They never let it grow. Actually, for Bunjin, you just stunt it, and you try to keep it, you know, because if you stunt
You gotta keep it enough so that it's healthy enough.
right. When you put a tree in a pot, I'm sure a lot of you guys know this, the bark ages faster. The more you stunt it, the more it ages. So I'm going to have you guys put on some smaller wire.
You bought what? You bought lots of. John, how many teapots did you buy?
Oh, I didn't buy. I bought. Okay, well, one of the places we went to was a pot making place in Yixing in China,
Yep.
and yeah, I guess we stopped there for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
It was like this lightning ridiculous stop. It was didn't even count. Everybody was flooding into this one pottery place, and like they were quoting like really pretty high prices.
They were high, yeah.
Yeah, they're like probably the same as like tokonami.
Yeah, they were high.
They were high. And then I came in after all you guys and spoke Chinese to them, and I got a totally different price. It was like 30% of everybody else's price. It was ridiculous. I was like, huh? What? Yeah, but I would have negotiated a group deal for everybody, but we were there for like, I don't know, like 30 minutes, 20 minutes is ridiculous. And you guys, like, we went from this branch to this branch with the wiring.
Yeah.
Okay? So actually, there's a trick with this to make it look more clean. Right. As long as you have like about this much to secure it, then when it's already bent, it'll hold.
Interesting.
Right. When you have like, if you're doing heavy work on things, it helps a lot to plant the tree and establish it in a wooden box. Because all manners of screws and stuff, you know, it becomes like a small construction project at that point. But that's the way to do it. So we're trying to make this tree move over like this a little bit. It's not the best spot, but it's the only spot we have. You're talking about this? Yeah. We're going to buy anything. Yeah.
Is that limb essentially straight down? The
Oh.
reason I ask is could you undercut it with a trunk and made his head?
Yeah, like with like these kind of trees, like the splitting and the cutting, if you have to do it, then okay. But if you can avoid it, don't. Because later on, it's gonna look like a human cut it. So if you need like a number of years to like move a branch like that, if you're gonna keep the tree a long time, it's worth it. Just to take your time. Get this guy down in. Funny thing about these demos is when you're working on it, you don't really see the front of the tree. Hey Dave, how are we doing on time?
You have free reign here. Yeah, doing fine.
40 minutes.
Because these guys are good.
Mm-hmm.
You guys ever help like a demo before? No? So like all branches and all foliage on a juniper has a lifeline. Same with these, okay? And then, for example, like I cut here, okay, this is like a fairly large cut. For Hinoki, you usually don't touch the bark. You actually like try to wait for it to heal over. Juniper will almost never heal over, so don't even try it. But Hinoki sometimes will roll over. So if this were a juniper, then you would have a whole section here where you could strip. Okay, that's the principle. One thing I was going to tell you guys is when you guys like are developing a tree and making a crown, like right now I'm going to shape the apex, okay? I've seen a lot of folks like just make an apex like out of one thing like that, okay? So yeah, that's okay if you want. It depends how long you want to wait. Usually like in the bonsai factory, No, almost all places is you make it a canopy out of several. It's never like, it's hardly ever just one leader. Okay, it's several wired up to the top to make like volume on top. So it's okay, because like when you wire a tree, like if you're near the base, the branches in the normal pine tree style, I'll just explain, okay? They're usually out or maybe a little down, and then in the middle of the tree, they're like about this angle, like horizontal, but as you get to the crown, like the branches start actually moving up like this. Okay, so it's like a fan shape, like the ribs of a fan. What's a tough one? Because a lot of people have a tree that's in between styles, right? You have to make a distinction. You have to just decide. You have to. If you make a Bunjin with a fat base, it's going to look weird. Like the style's going to change eventually. You got to make that decision. What you want to do, like straight tree, straight pot, or like Bunjin, like narrow tree, tall tree, is like you want to accentuate the flavor that exists in that particular tree. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, then I can't see it.
Show it.
Okay. This is the approximate front. Okay. You could lean the tree like this. You could keep it more upright. Depends on you. Okay. How much space you have in your garden. Right.